Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Warcraft. But before I get into it, I'd like to say three things. First, if I make this shot, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can choose which direction this channel goes in the future. Yeah. Please hit the subscribe button. Secondly, I want to say a major spoiler alert for this movie, Warcraft. I'm not going to try to spoil everything, but I will go into some spoilers, so consider yourselves warned. Thirdly, I want this to be a discussion on this film, so if you have anything to say about the film or about what I say about the film, go ahead and say that in the comment section down below. Let's get into it. Warcraft came out this past year, rated PG-13, about 123 minutes, directed by Duncan Jones. Travis Fimmel is in it, one of my favorite actors coming from TV. If you haven't seen him in Vikings, go check that out. But he's in this movie. Paula Patton, Ben Foster, who's a really good actor, Dominic Cooper, like Howard Stark, Toby Kebbell. And Toby Kebbell's cool because he actually plays two characters in this movie because he's using the mocap. The first thoughts, it's not bad. Cause usually, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This is a video game adaptation into a movie. Usually they are pretty terrible. This one's not bad. I like that the actors committed in this one. Like I said, Travis Fimmel, he commits in this movie. Like all of our actors in this movie commit. It's not a bad movie. It's actually good. It's enjoyable. I was laughing. There's a lot of cheese. They do a lot of cheesy things in this movie, but it worked for me. No movie's perfect. Definitely not Warcraft. One of the kind of faults that really stood out to me when I finished watching this movie was they don't really explain or tell us what transpired in order for this story to start. Ben Foster's character, who's kind of the main wizard, he apparently summoned the orcs to Azeroth, but he doesn't remember what happened. Like, it's almost as if some other entity kind of took control of him for a quick minute and was like, "Hey, dudes, green guys, big guys, come on over. Perfect world for you to destroy." It didn't really explain that very well. At least I couldn't understand it. Best thing about this movie is Travis Fimmel as Lothar. He's like the commander of all the armies. That Dominic Cooper's the king, and Travis Fimmel plays like his wife's brother and makes him like the commander of his armies. And so him and the king are pretty much the only humans that can really hold their own against like the orcs in a fight. Obviously Paula Patton as Garona, like, she holds her own, but she's half orc, so I kind of expected that. But like a lot of the other human characters that we find, like Travis Fimmel's or Lothar's son, he's like in the army and he gets killed by an orc because of some force field that didn't allow Travis Fimmel to help him. It was kind of a weird moment. And then Travis Fimmel at the end of the movie gets to kill that orc and says like some cheesy line, was like, "That was for my son," or something like that. But he was like the best thing as far as I'm concerned, because like he fully committed to that role, and he said the cheesy lines in a way that made them, you know, they kind of reminded me like a 90s like Die Hard, one of the cheesy lines in that. It was a cheesy line, everybody knows it, but it was delivered in such a way that we all enjoyed it, and that's why he's the best thing about this movie to me. My verdict: watch it. I mean, it's the best video game movie that I've seen. Of course, that's not saying much, but eh, it's good. It's good. It's not great. It's good. In fact, you can miss it, and you wouldn't be missing a lot. I mean, of course, if they do make a sequel, then you'll probably want to go back and watch the first one because you might not be able to understand what happens in the second one. But it ends, and it ends in a way that it's like sequel, sequel, sequel. I don't know if it'll get a sequel, but it doesn't. It's not like I compare it to the Lord of the Rings, where that for the Fellowship of the Rings, that one ended, and it was like it ended with that sequel, sequel, sequel thing, but they had already made the sequel, so it was like a done deal that sequel was coming out. This one, I'm not sure if they're gonna make a sequel. So when you see the ending of this movie, and it's like they don't really wrap up anything. They totally set it up for another. They want to make this into a franchise. I can understand that, but I'm just not sure that that it will end up like that. Yeah. So my verdict is watch it. Like I said before, I want this to be a discussion on this movie. So if you've seen it, what do you think about it? Tell me that in the comment section down below. If you haven't seen it, tell me if you're gonna see it. Tell me if you did watch it because of my review in the comment section down below. Give me a like because it helps me out. And thank you for watching this review.